Films Last Crew review Rambo. Not the first, second or third? Fourth?
Fifth.
The fifth one. Rambo.
Rambo, another
The
one.
Last Blood. Probably not the last,
Not the last
bloody movie.
Nah. We'll get another one in 5 years.
Hey team, Angus Strachan here, and welcome to the Film Slice Podcast. I'm here, as always, with my co-host, Kane Diggly Wiggly Kane Dogs.
Hey there.
And the man formerly known as Brodiddly-Doo Broadman Richards. This week he is known as...
Ron Jambo.
Ron Jambo.
Delicious.
Ron Jambo, yeah. Anyway, this week we are reviewing Rambo Last Blood, the fifth movie in the Rambo series. Kane Dogs, why don't you hit us up with that IMDb summary?
I absolutely
Get this
can.
ball on the roll.
Roller, 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 roller.
Rambo must confront his past and unearth ruthless combat skills to exact revenge in a final mission.
Ruthless indeed. When you see the movie, what'd you think?
When you see the movie, what did you think? Do you like the movie? None of the shit. When you see the movie and what did you think? If you get it wrong, we'll drown you in a sink. Okay.
Kane Dogs, when did you see the movie? What'd you think?
Jesus. I saw the movie last night with Broman.
Excellent.
At a late session.
Cute.
The Last Night, is that the new Batman film?
Yeah.
Do you have to say it's a pretty good date movie?
No. It's not.
No.
I nearly actually brought a date to this movie, and then having watched it, I was like, "Whew, I'm glad I didn't do that."
Yeah, well, it also would have been awkward with me, Jordan, and his date.
Yeah. And I thought it was shit
Probably
house.
would have gone home with Broden instead.
Yeah, I thought it like me or her.
Jordan did come over. Wait,
Which one of us is
Which
going
one?
home?
I guess we'll just have to play it out and see.
We'll play that. What's our next movie? We'll do it then. I thought it was shit house, Angus. I thought it was real pile of shit.
Fair. Brodiddly-Doo Broadman Richards, formerly known as Jam Rambo.
That's a different part of the show.
Jam Rambo. That wasn't it. It was Ron Jambo.
Ron
Jam.
Jam Rambo.
Can I call you Jambo for short?
Yeah, sure. That is my last name.
That's the one bit you got right.
Oh, right.
Ron Jambo.
All right. Can I call you that for short then?
Yeah. You can
call him his
my
actual
name
for
for
short.
short. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead, man. Yeah, I thought it was pretty shit house as well. I thought it was a house full of jam and wasn't in a bad way.
Very good. Well, I also saw it last night, not with you boys. I didn't get a bloody invite, but that's okay. And I also did not like this movie. Probably I would not like the rest of the series. It's just not my cup of tea. But
you know what? Number one is very different to
number one is
these
really
movies.
different.
Number one's a pretty decent film.
Okay, well, I guess we'll get into it. But first, lads, you know how every week I put up on Instagram what movie we're reviewing? Ask our lovely slicey slices out there, our audience, what their thoughts are on the particular movie.
I do.
And normally no one replies.
Well, normally Brody just replies with about 3 different fake accounts.
That doesn't sound like a thing.
Well, we've got a couple of replies this week.
Okay, cool.
So we've got from not.filmslice.host.
Cool.
Says, I'll see you in hell, ladies.
Okay, fair enough.
All right. I guess that's an inside joke.
Oh, why did you have to bring that to the podcast? All right. Yep.
Strange.
Go on.
Cool. And replying to that says Hooverman91. He says at not.filmslice.host. Yuck and fuck off.
Yep, fair enough.
Cool. All right. Well,
Get out.
not sure if we need context. I mean, I need context, but maybe we just leave it at that.
I think we leave it.
That's what we got from Instagram. Kane Dogs, anyone hit you up on Facey?
I'll check.
Cool.
While John's...
while we're doing that,
John's looking that up.
Rambo. Wrong. It's Jambo.
You've nailed it.
Hey, Jambo here, also known as Rambo, Jam Rambo, and John Jambo, I guess.
Jam Jumbo.
Okay.
Jambo. We had a bit of a problem with Twitter last week. Is that all ironed out now?
Yeah. So last week I had a bit of a problem, so I thought I'd create some new accounts for this week.
Yeah.
I've only got one because I think instead of going all these multiple accounts, it's getting a little bit confusing for people. I've had some comments from people saying all of these different accounts, and because John, I know that you've been trying to pass your driver test, you little scamp. I thought And you're doing it. You're the only one of us that doesn't have your driver's license. So I figured, I'll make a new Twitter
I do
account
have
for
my
Jordan.
driver's license and
I
Brody
figured
doesn't.
I'd make a new Twitter account for Jordan. So, Jordan, your new Twitter account is a tester alone. So there you go. Hope you pass that test, man.
Aw.
Send your love to Jordan.
So a test or alone. So if he doesn't pass, I guess he's alone forever.
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
I really expected like a Sylvester trombone or something like that. So I don't know. I feel like he could have done better. Also, we have nothing on Facebook.
Manchester unknown. Would you recommend it? Who would you recommend it to? Diggity.
Look, usually with these types of films, I'll be like, even though it was crap, if you like a good bloodbath, go see this. But this was real lackluster in the action as well as everything else.
Is it because he's really old?
No, I'll get there, but
you can pull that off, man.
yeah. No, I don't think I'll recommend this to anyone. Whether you like the other Rambo films or not, whether you like a good sort of slaughterhouse action or not, just this didn't tick any boxes for me at all.
Shattered.
Yeah, no, none.
Cool. Jam Jumbo.
Sure. I would recommend this to anyone who liked Angel Has Fallen, because that was a particularly bad film.
Because you have no taste in films.
Yeah, and I feel like if you're happy with that, like there's some people in this way that just want to go and just watch a thing, even if it's bad. And if you liked that, then you'll probably like this.
Cool. Well, I kind of watched it from a interesting point of view where I haven't seen any of the other movies before.
This one is quite different to those.
I would not recommend it to.
Not my least favorite.
Yeah, easily.
I would not recommend it to anyone that hasn't seen any of the other movies, because I have a feeling, and we can get into it in spoilers, but there's a lot of kind of throwbacks. Like there were a lot of shots that were like, oh, that was that gun from that movie, maybe. That was
only
that
the
knife.
bow,
Or...
really.
Only the fact that he used a bow in another film, that's it.
Yeah.
Cool. Oh,
Oh,
well.
and there's a shot of a knife. But outside of that, this movie is just weird shots for no reason.
Oh, well, okay, maybe I would recommend it to people that haven't seen Rambo before.
It's weird, man.
Probably still not. I think there's a lot of context that wasn't there.
Or in the other films.
Yeah.
Not to tell you. I can understand how watching this without seeing the other films, you'd be like, oh, that's clearly a focused shot because he probably used that gun. Or, oh, that's clearly he's wearing that jacket because he wore that jacket in the other films. Or something like that. Nah.
No?
Just
No?
weird shots for no reason.
Cool,
Nothing
alright,
to do with
sweet.
anything.
Was the dad of...
Nah, not mentioned
Yeah,
in other four
I didn't
films.
think so, yeah.
Nor is that
He's not a
family
returning...
or the
There's
farm.
no returning characters other than Rambo in this.
Yeah. And that includes the horses and the farm. None of it was...
Yeah, none of that was in the other one.
None of
Yeah.
it... Nothing is from
I
anything.
also didn't realize he was a cowboy. I thought he was more of a ninja from like the bandana that I saw in his other movies.
He's
but-
not... And he's
Nah,
he's not a cowboy.
He's just like a soldier that went to like the Vietnam War and
Yeah.
the
Right.
Korean War and stuff like that.
This movie has nothing to do with the Rambo franchise, weirdly enough.
Cool.
Yeah.
It just happens to be about some guy called Rambo.
It's closer to an Expendables movie than it is a Rambo movie.
Cool.
Yeah, it's weird, man.
Sweet. All right. Well, I guess we should get into it.
Oh, what a cool sound effect, Angus.
All right, we were in the spoiler section where we dissect and divulge
Spoiler
everything about the
section.
film. So prepare to be blown to smithereens. you
Darth
bloody
Vader
cowboys.
was his brother. Wait,
No.
No.
Mother.
mother? Yeah.
Okay.
All right, let's go with that. Cool.
Cool. We have a frame grasp for Star Wars.
First off, cinema dicks. Anyone got a cinema dick?
I have two.
Excellent.
The first one is I sat down in the cinema with Brody, and in front of us, like diagonally over the seats, were a young couple, both having like a cornetto, like a drumstick, cornetto ice cream. And I thought, I want myself an ice cream.
Yeah.
So I thought, I'll go to the counter and I'll ask for a cornetto.
Yeah,
And they're
yeah.
like, we only do the cornettos in like a package deal. So you can get that if you get like a popcorn and a drink
Right.
and 4 other popcorns and a
Yeah.
camel. And if you don't want that, then you just
Who doesn't want a camel?
Right.
I'd take that.
Yeah. So they're like, but you can get a choc chop. And I was like, but that's not a cornetto. That's, I mean, it is an ice cream, but
That's a poor man's cornetto.
and I was like, you know what? I'm here. Fine. What flavors do you have? And they were like, we have chocolate and banana left. And I was like, give me banana. And they're like, that's $4.90. $4.90.
That's how much a pack of 4 cornettos is.
Yeah, I know, right? Like, so then I sat down, and then I
Should've
couldn't.
just gone
And
to
then,
the
like, you know, the
supermarket.
way they've packaged it is in like that little plastic bag with that, like, it's like not a zip tie, but like, you know, like
That really
fucking-
tough tape.
that tough tape. And it's like, it's hard to open.
Sometimes they put the same tough tape on like lolly bags. If it's like a, like a country lolly shop and stuff like that. It's like a red, really tough tape that they stick to itself, so you can't like.
It's like opening up like a Chubba Chub, like
a Chubba Chub.
A Chubba Chub, like
What's a Chubba Chub?
Like, you know those lollipops...
You open up a lot of chubs, Jordan?
Like, you know those lollipops that are sort of hard to unravel? The problem is you can't put any pressure on the ice cream because you'll fucking destroy the ice cream. And so I ate my Choc Chop just looking at... I ate my Choc Top.
Yeah, your Choc Chop.
I ate my Chubba Choc Top.
Okay, so your Choc Chop and your
Chubba Chub.
Your Chubba Chub.
I'm a Tubby Chub Choc. I ate that just watching the couple in front of me eat a delicious cornetto, resentfully.
Shut it. Birdman, Rambo Jam.
Rambo Jam. Oh, jeez. Cinema Dick. Yeah, I went to the cinema with Jordan, which was fine. I went in.
Cool.
I got tickets. Jordan had to finish up eating a monster of a thing, and so I got some tickets.
It was delicious
for myself and him, and he was just going to pay me back later. And today I looked, and I had received payment. And it was 50 cents underneath.
Isn't it $20.50? That's what you said.
It was $21. And Jordan sent me $20.50. The cheap bastard. I honestly couldn't care about the 50 cents, but I love so much that it was 50 cents under, and it was just made my day.
It makes sense to forget $1 if it was 21 and you could send 20
It was just a weird thing. I was like, $20.50? What? That's such a random number.
I thought you said $20.50. Oh,
so Jordan bloody owes me a Chubba Chub.
Very good. I have a cinema dick.
Yep.
I could go. So
is it about
my
the D-box?
The D-box is still there, and they've started advertising for the D-box.
Oh, I can't wait to see those ads.
Get your D-box. Get your D-box.
Feel it all.
It's funny because it's true. No, so my session was like the last session to go in for the day. So there wasn't like a lot of people. There was probably about 5 people in the cinema, which was fine.
Yeah, we would have been about the same, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy was like, "Oh, like where do you want to sit?" I'm like, "I kind of want to sit up the back because I just want to be on my phone. I don't really want to watch this." So I was like, yeah.
By the way, that's the new Film Slice seat. He's like, film you don't want to see, sit at the back.
Up the back because
you don't want to see it. Most people wouldn't see the film, but because we have to, we're going to see it in the best ways possible.
We're going to see it disgruntly.
Yeah. So anyway, so there's 5 people there. Of the 5 people, there were 2 sitting up the back. They weren't sitting in my seat. That was fine. But I kind of scooched over. Half of the cinema was just covered in rubbish and shit.
Yeah.
And obviously, like, it was a full cinema from last session and just no one came in to clean it. So I went to my designated seat. I'm like, I'll be a good boy. I'll sit in my designated seat even though there's only 5 people here. And there was just 2 empty popcorn boxes and just popcorn all over the chair. Ugh. It's like, ugh. So, thumbs down review on...
on the Film Slice podcast.
On the Film Slice podcast.
Don't thumbs down at the Film Slice podcast.
Yeah, no, don't
do that.
Thumbs up us.
Yeah.
Get your thumb up us.
Thumbs up us. Thumbs way up us.
Yeah, but get your thumb out of cinemas.
Cool. Should probably move on. Not read into that at all. Probably not read into that.
That's a good idea, K-Dogs. What was your most positive thing about the film?
My most positive thing about the film is Sylvester Stallone, because I honestly believe he isn't the reason this movie is bad. He's also the only reason I found this movie even remotely interesting. I would have really liked to have seen a good movie starring him because he's still got it for me. He's still...
Weirdly, his performance reminded me a lot of his performance from the original film.
Yeah.
The way that he was kind of like looking and he kind of like seemed a little bit distant and stuff. It kind of reminded me how he acted in his...
Far more stoic and more reserved.
Yeah, because he's basically a soldier with PTSD. And that's what he was in the first film. And he played it with like similar expressions where he kind of like had a straight face. He looked kind of innocent a little bit. And kind of looking up, looking down and around. And it was like, that reminded me a lot
A bit lost. He looked lost, which is
Lost
what
soldier, yeah.
Thing is, so Sylvester Stallone for this movie was great. He still comes across, even though he's 1,000 years old, when he's intimidating, he's fucking intimidating. Like, there's a part where I think he's like, this doesn't sound nearly as tough saying it out loud, but he's like intimidating one of the young girls. And
You're right.
But he just, like, he pulls the knife out,
yeah.
like, slams it on the table, and then there's a part where he's intimidating, like, his, like, not biological daughter's biological father, and he, like, slams his hands against the wall on either side of the dude's head. And even I was like, fuck, he'd fuck you up. Like,
yeah. It's kind of like he's
still
got
got
to, like, you got to be worried about the switch being flicked, because
Yeah.
it could go off at any point. Kind of
he,
thing.
yeah. So, my biggest positive, Sylvester Stallone.
Jam Jumbo.
Favorite? Are we on favorites?
Favorites.
Still? Okay.
Yeah.
Favorite
Positive
part?
thing.
No, that's
Positive,
the only positive. We're moving straight into the negatives from here on.
Oh, fair enough.
You know, you might be right. I'm struggling.
Yeah, I'm struggling with positives as well. Yeah, Sylvester Stallone was pretty good. I liked his daughter. I thought she was alright. She kind of played that role completely fine.
Mm-hmm.
I actually really liked the way the first scene looked with all the water and everything.
Yeah.
There was one shot in there that was fully CGI, and I didn't really like it because it had an impossible camera movement. I'm just not a big fan of those.
Yeah.
But I loved that kind of like forest lightning, raining setting of like him going to help people out. I kind of liked that. I thought that was pretty cool. He also kind of looked a little bit like a dwarf because he was just
Yeah,
this like little like square of a
Stocky
man
guy, yeah.
on a horse, and I was like, this is awesome.
It's nice, yeah.
I did kind of like that. And I did like how beautiful that farm was. There was so many shots where it was just looking over the fields, and it was just like fields for like 100 miles, and then like a mountain or whatever. And it was like, Gem, that's beautiful. I thought that was
That's beautiful?
Yeah, Gem. Yeah, Ron Gemmo, come on,
Keep up.
keep up, man.
It's Jam Jumbo.
Yeah, go on. I thought that was really, really pretty. So that's probably my main positives. I don't have many more because there was a lot of this film that
Yeah.
wasn't great.
Fair. Well, thanks, guys, for taking it. First of all, Jordan took my first positive, then you took my
Your
second.
second.
Feel free to elaborate, though. If you want to elaborate.
You can double down on us. We're going to have a lot to talk about in the negative.
Honestly, there's not a lot I really enjoyed. I did like the idea of him building tunnels just as a pastime, because I feel like if I was to go crazy at old age, I'd definitely build tunnels. I feel like that would be such a cool thing
the
to do.
blacksmithing, that kind of looked cool.
Yeah.
The one thing about that kind of is a callback, but I'm not sure if they knew it was, is that at the beginning of the second one, he's in a prison, but he's in the type of prison where they just make you dig.
Right,
So
yeah, like a chain
maybe,
gang kind of thing. Yeah.
So like maybe that's
Right.
meant to
go
be
back
a
and watch
reflection of.
these.
Maybe that's a reflection of him being like, I kind of still have that thing from prison, but also in that movie he's in prison for about 4 seconds, and I don't think we see him dig. We just see people around him digging.
Fair enough.
So I don't know if that's meant to be a callback or not.
Yeah. I just thought like an underground tunnel system would be awesome, and I'm definitely going to put one in my house one day.
Yeah.
Well, under
In
my
Melbourne.
house.
I'm game. You want to? I'll come around. I'll
Let's
watch
do
it dig.
It's only one way you can go. That's down.
Certainly appears to be true for this podcast. Anyway, keep
All right.
going.
We can make a bowling lane.
Oh yeah, that'd be awesome.
Oh, sorry.
That'd be so cool.
You know what? We'll talk about this
Yeah,
afterwards.
we'll talk about that's going to come up in other podcasts. What to do when you're digging.
So Angus has been buried in rubble. Not physically, just emotionally.
Hang on. Is our other podcast going to be the ground digging bros? Kind of like gold digging hoes?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Boom.
Boom.
agree to this
So
at all.
tune into that. We'll
Gold digging bros. If you tune into that podcast, that'll never come out.
Get a thumb up, yeah. Anyway, Angus, keep going.
Jesus Christ.
All right, most positive thing about the film is done. Like I said, now we're going to do our most negative thing. Have a little cheeky peek behind that.
First negative, right off the bat.
Yeah.
Old Town Road wasn't in this movie.
I know!
But
and
it
I
was in the
waiting for it.
trailer and I was waiting for it the entire film. It annoyed me so much that it didn't play. I was just waiting for it to come on. I was just like, I can't wait until that song
And
comes on in
there
this
wouldn't
film.
have been a good place to put it.
No.
But I just wanted it.
Yeah,
I
wanted it to
want
go
it
on.
in the most inappropriate place.
Well,
like the
there's a point where
interrogation scene.
He turns on like the radio, and I feel like that happens 3 times in this movie, and they could have had it come on there,
Yeah, true.
and they didn't.
Yeah. Okay, this is a small one. Like, I feel like I've just got a lot of little ones. Rambo, apart from the first movie, mainly known for using a bow. This time, he used it once. And barely.
No, he used it specifically 4 times, plus 4 practice shots.
4 practice shots. But I mean, it's him, like, silently taking out a whole bunch of dudes.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, he's set up, like, this whole tunnel thing. He's going to take him off, like, pick him off. He does it all with, like, a sawn-off shotgun. In a close-quarter tunnel. His eardrums are fucked.
Yeah.
Why not use a bow? Would have made more sense. And And it would have been a cool callback to have like that scene where he's preparing like, different arrows with explosives and shit like that.
My biggest one I found like maybe 3 minutes into the film, and that's the dialogue. The dialogue was clunky AF, and it was just like
that is reminiscent of the other films.
Word vomit. Like right at the start, they're like, "Oh, the water's kind of getting close. There's probably going to be a flash flood soon. Hey, by the way, where's that one guy that's on a horse that's kind of a lone rider?
He's climbing up the mountain to tell the people to get out of the ravine.
But it was
and then they climb out and everyone survives.
Like it was literally that. It was like
that doesn't happen.
You think he would have just told that guy his wife was dead in order to save his life, and then
he did tell him his wife was dead, and he ran off anyway.
Yeah,
that was how stupid was that?
Yeah.
So your wife is dead. I'm gonna go find her. Wait, what?
Yeah,
she's dead. I'm gonna go find her. Is he deaf? So the most annoying thing about that scene for me is that they were in what can only be referred to as a water funnel of a ditch. It was just like normal ground, and then there was a ditch that was like 6 feet deep.
Just a dry riverbed, really.
Yeah, and then they were in there, and they're like, "What do we do?" And it's like, "Hang on, I'll tie my horse and us to this tree," which totally wouldn't work. They would definitely die.
Yeah,
but there's
the
like
horse is fucked as well.
All he needed to do was turn around and say, "Hang on, we'll climb out of this small ditch."
Yeah.
And then they do, and they all live. Oh, jeez. That was so stupid.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Diggity, your turn.
Yep. I spent this whole movie waiting for an absolute bloodbath, and all I got was a 10-second montage of people being hit with pitchforks.
Murder montage, yeah.
There's a lot of pitchforks.
The montage of him setting it up went longer.
For the amount of guns he had in that.
Yeah.
He sure used a lot of pitchforks.
But it's just, for the amount of time we saw him setting up traps, the actual time it took him to kill everybody was like half that. It was cool to see the gore the first once, maybe twice. After that, you need to do something else.
It was weird seeing a bunch of clowns die. Sorry, that was a weird little joke to myself. Just because they showed up in three SUVs and there was like 100 of them. So
that's fair.
That makes sense.
Yeah. My next biggest negative is I have no idea who the bad guys were and what their motive was. And
well, I mean, as you know, all sex traffickers are bad, Angus. What did you think I was going to say?
Yeah, that makes sense, I guess.
Anyway,
but I don't think they were sex traffickers. They were into drugs and stuff. And
they were into drugs, and they were selling. They were going to sell women to that dude. It was weird, man.
Yeah. Just no motivation for the bad guys, really.
It was strange.
And they started they had this kind of big drug lord boss kind of talk to one of the brothers. Never rocks up again.
No.
Yeah, no.
There was a lot of useless stuff with the brothers. The wrong brother died as well.
Yeah,
the brother who is definitely the main villain because he's the one that gets Rambo's daughter's death. He's the one that...
He's the one that does all the shit. He cuts her up, he cuts him up.
He cuts his daughter, and Rambo,
he
basically kills Rambo's daughter, and we don't see him die.
He dies
he's just
screen.
like got his head off, and then his brother is the main bad guy for the film, and you're like, wait, what?
Yeah.
His brother hasn't done shit. His brother let Rambo go. What the hell? So they killed the wrong brother in that moment. They should have killed him. So the other brother, the one who did all the bad shit, came after Rambo, which is what he wanted, and then we would have had like a more of a satisfying ending. I don't know, it was weird.
Yeah.
I think the worst...
That killing happened in like 2 seconds on screen.
Yeah, there was no fight.
It was like just 3 people died and
think... I said this to Jordan last night as well. This film was like watching a horror movie, but with the roles reversed, right? When all the bad people are there and they enter the lair of some like godlike creature that just slowly picks them all off one by one, and you're rooting for them because you're like, I really want, like, they have to survive, it's the whoever you've been following the entire film, and then they're the one that just gets away. But instead of that, it was all of the bad guys entering the lair of the good guy. The good guy picked off one of them one by one.
Really
and then
easily.
And then he killed the last guy. And it was just like, it was the most unsatisfying, like, I guess, action I've ever seen because the good guy was never in danger. And then he just killed a bunch of people. It was just like, what's happening? It should have been the other way around. John Rambo should have gone down to Mexico and should have infiltrated like one of their bases.
Yeah.
He found some traps and he could have he stepped over them or disarmed them and then used them against like their own people and shit like that. And then eventually fight his way to the main bad guy. They should have fought and then he should have won. And it was just one of those weird things where it's just like a bunch of people showed up to Rambo's house. He killed them all.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the hell just happened?
And it took like an hour and a half to get there.
And it was so easy for him as well. He was just like, okay, boom, 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 boom. Okay, they're all dead.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the hell just happened?
That was also the RoboCop theme.
Yeah, it was.
This movie ends with a montage that reflects the first movie, which was nice to see. Then the second movie, which was nice to see. And then the third movie, which was, a bit of a sad reminder. Then the fourth movie. And then it reflects this movie.
Yeah.
And then it ends with a 5-minute montage recapping this movie, as if we'd forgotten. And
then
to be fair, I kind of had.
That was for the person sitting in front of us that had to leave halfway through. So she knew what happened.
And then after that, the end of the film. Where it's just
where he rides off on a horse and he's still alive.
And the horses are still there, I guess. Did he have to go out and find the horse?
Yeah. I guess the horses came back. Yeah.
Horse! Come to me! And then the horse just
I love
showed
the
up.
idea of Rambo walking out into his front porch. This is totally how the film should have been, and he's just gone, horse! And then, who just runs in from the side. It's like, good boy.
It's like Red Dead Redemption where the horse just shows up.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That was a really weird way to end the film.
Yeah.
It was also a really weird way to end the film, where he kills everyone, he walks and sits on a rocking chair on his porch.
Yeah. Both.
Like,
That's the end of the film.
Job done.
And again, like as
People don't know how to end films, man. It's so weird.
it was weird to end him sitting on that rocking chair because it panned out and took so much time on that rocking chair as if it was meant to be symbolic.
Yeah.
And it just isn't anything.
And
It's
then
just
also,
him on a
no one
rocking
looks
chair.
cool on a rocking chair. At the end of this film, we just watched an old man having a break.
There's so much of this movie that's trying to tell us that he's old,
Yeah.
and it's just like we get it. He
it's like,
does look old.
Stop telling us.
So the problem with
Even
that...
the trailer had Old Town Road.
So the problem with that is, I think, and I'm just guessing, that Rambo is one of those movies of that era with Sly and with Arnold Schwarzenegger where the main character is just indestructible.
Yeah.
Like, he can get shot a million times and still keep going, which is basically what happens in this movie, right? Like, he gets shot twice at the end. He gets beaten up really badly, and then, like, 4 days later, he just goes and wreaks havoc. Like, the problem with that is you can't say that he's old and still indestructible because there's no reason for you to...
This movie
worry.
should have been about him pushing through pain instead of him just not really feeling it.
I would have been fine with him
like
dying.
John Wick.
Yeah. But
If he died, like if he got shot, bled out, and then that was it. That was end of the franchise, end of everything. That would have been like
that's one of those things
that
where
would have been like
do.
a happy ending.
a weird thing about this movie.
He should have just gone like when he went down to Mexico to go after his daughter. That's when the movie should have happened. It should have been him trying to get his daughter back because that is a real motivation. That's like totally get that. These people have his daughter. He's got to go get her back. That makes sense. He's like ex-military. He's seen all of his mates like die in the past, and now it's like his daughter's there. Boom, motivation. She dies, and then he like has a party. At his
Just
place.
like, I guess, revenge.
Yeah, it's like what the hell?
Sweet. Well, I guess we'll leave it there.
Yeah.
That was Rambo: Last Blood. Thanks
Until
for
they do
tuning
Last
in.
Blood Part 2. Because the first two
Until they
movies...
do a bit more blood.
Well, the first two movies, it's called Rambo First Blood, and the second one's called Rambo First Blood Part 2. So
right.
this one's called Rambo Last Blood, and everyone's like, it's the last Rambo. I'm like, fucking idiot. They'll just do Last Blood Part 2.
You bloody dickheads.
Like, and then they'll do Rambo 7. Like, it's...
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
They'd probably try and beat Rocky. Sweet. That was Rambo: Last Blood. Next week we are reviewing...
The Joker.
We're watching that next week. Jordan, the Joker. We're reviewing that. We're watching it this week, probably reviewing it.
Sweet. All right. The
Joker.
Joker next
The
week.
Joker.
Boom.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Definitely write in your reviews.
Should be a feel-good comedy, from what I can tell.
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah,
a bit
yeah.
of a romance.
Good.
Why don't we end this podcast on a joke?
I was thinking we could end this on a romance.
All right.
What do you call a dickhead? Jordan.
Thank you for listening to the Film Size Podcast. You can reach us on
Podcast
all of the
about
places that you get your podcasts, except for Spotify, sadly.
Yeah, not on Spotify.
And bro, as you always say in your native tongue from Jamland.
Yeah.
Well, could you just give us a bit of
Oh, yeah, sure.
your classic phrase?
So, let me know if you know what I'm saying. Okay. So I'll say something, you try to say back. Okay, that's my vocal warm up.
Weirdly musical.
So in Jamland speak, that was just my vocal warm up.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
In Jamland speak, it's how you going? I love some jam.
Was that you just calling me a dick?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, cool.
You dick.
See you next week. Bye.
Bye.